Entry, honor, undress, annihilate. Entry, honor, undress, annihilate.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the Book Oven.
Yeah.
And Exorcisms. Possession.
Yeah. The best. Oh, I love this theme. I love it so much.
It's our May theme. So we're going to do a little wrap up for you of all our exorcism reads, some good ones and some complicated ones with some good themes. And
I don't think I disliked any of.
I don't think I disliked any either.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, that's new.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And there are different types of possessions.
Yes,
That's the
different
key.
types of ghosts, spirits.
You'd think like having a possession month or whatever, you just get the same thing over and over again, like the Exorcist movie.
Very different.
Very different.
Everyone has their own idea of what a ghost is. Do ghosts possess people? Are energies possessing people? Is it demons?
Is it real? Is it mental illness?
Yes, mental illness.
Supernatural, supranatural.
I think it's mental illness.
Da-na-na-na.
But that's just me. It could be demons. We don't know. I mean, with mental illness, we kind of know. We kind of know.
Yeah, science is getting there, you know?
But, like, there are some things where you see and you're like, I don't know. I don't think that's a regular old Joe, you know? And that
See how it goes.
is what I love to read about.
Yes. So, we'll start with the books that we've read for the podcast that you've already listened to.
Yeah. We started it off with Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremble, as I like to call him.
Paul Tremble. Oh, because he makes you tremble.
It's basically a family. Their oldest daughter is suddenly acting peculiar.
Oh.
And, is it a demon? Is it mental illness? In this book, it's mental illness. But she fakes the demonic possession because it gets her family a show, which helps them make money because they're struggling. Which is such a beautiful, dark thing for someone to do.
Yeah, because she's so young.
A psychotic break, and she's still like, I need to support my family.
Yeah.
I love the family. It's such this dark tale. The ending is
the whole thing is dark.
It's dark. And
following like her younger sister throughout it is like
who's a child.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know what's going on. And even like Marjorie, the sister who's possessed, she's 14 possessed. She's 14, so everyone's just like, it's confusing and messy, and like it's kind of funny in a Paul Tremblay way, and kind of like, I like how he goes through everything. He's very concise. He doesn't have any filler chapters.
And it's like a new perspective, having it be the younger sister. So you're not following the person who's possessed, and you're not following the parents or the friends trying to figure it out. You're following the younger sister who doesn't even quite have the vocabulary to express what's happening.
Yeah.
So and she's left in the dark with a lot of things and decisions that her parents are making. So we're left in the dark reading it. It's
honestly,
cool.
Now that I've had some time with it, the possession didn't even seem like the big thing in the book. No one seemed to really care about Marjorie and what was happening to her. It was just like, how the show people are like, let's make a great show. The parents are just like, I don't know, we just need to not struggle.
Yeah.
And the youngest daughter is just like, I don't know, everything's fucking weird.
I'm just trying to have a good day.
Yeah. So, poor Marjorie just gets fucking swept under the bus in her mental illness.
Oh, Marjorie.
And it hurts, like most of Paul Tremblay's books. It hurts.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
But in a great way.
In a good way. And then we ran into My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. Wonderful VHS cover here. So this one is about two friends, the best of friends. And they go on, a little LSD adventure together. They're in the 80s.
As you do.
And, stuff happens. It gets a little dark, and one of them becomes possessed. And then it's the adventure of, like, a friend trying to help a friend, even though she's being a shit to her and, like, doesn't know what's going on. And it's, like, the struggle of, like, was she really possessed, or like a lot of supernatural stuff does happen in this book. Yeah. So it is very much
this
like possession.
Demons. This one's demons.
But it still gives you that little tug of like, was it just a traumatic event? And I think it's because he's trying to connect us as readers towards our societal view of like, traumatic events can lead to shit like this.
Yeah. Possession should be, personally, I would not consider it, but even if you do consider it, it should be the last thing on the list.
And it's like placebo effect, right? If you believe it'll work, it probably might work for you. But at the end of the day, if you have schizophrenia or something, I don't know if you can just placebo that away.
No. Schizophrenia? No, it's kind of...
I feel like that's a deep ingrained thing.
People,
I'm not a doctor.
People manage it differently, but
Yes,
I think once you got it,
and there's different severities and
Yeah.
versions, and whatever.
It was really fun.
That's a good book, though.
80s.
It was so fun.
The way the exorcism plays out is
It's
beautiful.
fantastic. And it's like takes up a good chunk of the book. Like it's not just like only 2 pages and it's not half the book. So yeah, and the power of friendship is real strong in this one. It's beautiful. I haven't cried in a long time from a book, but like my God,
so
I was just
cute.
like, nah.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I ugly cried, so
Do you
good
think when we try psychedelic drugs, shit like this is gonna happen?
I mean, hopefully no one like dives into an empty sand pit.
Yeah. I think
Or
one
gets-
of us should be sober
I feel like that's the smart
if
thing
we
to do.
try psychedelics.
Yeah.
Just shrooms. I don't want to do LSD. I'm not ready for LSD.
No, didn't sound like a fun time for these gals.
My other pick was The Prosperous Demon by K.J. Parker. This is a little novella. Surprised me. Thought it was a book. Not a book. Novella.
Tea little baby.
Well, maybe. It's just, it's a dude who exorcises people for a living. He's part of, like, a priesthood, I guess. That's just their whole shtick. And he has to investigate a very important dude, the Prosper. I don't know what a Prosper is.
Me neither.
And I don't know by the end of this book, but he's an important guy.
That's weird.
He does a lot of stuff. And people are like, yo, he might be possessed. And as it turns out, yeah.
Okay.
But there's another demon. It's just demons on demons and the guy talking to the demons. And it's super funny.
Nice.
And it's a quick little jaunt through a demonic possession.
Beautiful.
Very fun.
Beautiful. I also read The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor. There's also a review for this on the internets.
My mom said it was good.
It was really good.
Sponsored by my mom.
Sponsored by your mother. So this one's fun because you're following a vicar, which at first you'd be like, ew, what am I reading this for? So you're following...
the vicar.
Her name is Jack, so you're already like, she's a little peculiar, right? And she's a fun time because she doesn't think just like the way that you expect like a vicar. So like some of the other vicars will say stupid shit about like gays and she's like, that's not in the Bible, you should take that out of your repertoire of beliefs. And
A novel idea?
yeah, so she's good in that way. She's a little more new aged, but she's got like a really rough past that you just get like snippets of throughout the book.
I love a religious figure with a dark past.
Yeah, and there's like some choice characters that you know nothing about, or their purpose throughout the entire book until you get to like near the end, and then you're like, holy shit. And then everything is revealed in the end, and it all shocked me, even though it really shouldn't have.
Damn.
But it was very good. Possession is like a very small part of it. It starts with a possession, like an exorcism, and then it has a bit of that, throughout. It's like a key factor in like the story, but it's not. The book isn't about a possession and an exorcism. It's just like on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just a thing that happened that shouldn't have happened, basically.
Yeah.
And it's like the repercussions and stuff from
Exorcisms 100% should never happen.
that. Yeah. So, c'est la vie.
This one was very interesting. Sister of Darkness, The Chronicles of a Modern Exorcist by R.H. Stavis. I am still reading this, but basically there's this gal who is a non-denominational exorcist.
Okay.
So I like how she views it. She does sometimes refer to them as demons, but they're not demons. It's just like
personal demons.
Yeah, and she kind of talks about it like they are entities, but for me it's more like there are energies that, like an anger energy, a sadness energy. They're attracted to people who went through something in that energy and they latch onto that and
Right.
get stuck with you. And she comes in and just takes him out, doesn't give a shit about the religion, all that. It's just like,
That's fun.
there's something weighing this person down. Let me help them.
Nice.
So, and it's just like her supernatural experience in the world. It's really interesting. It's a little hard to swallow. Like seeing when people say that they can see physical entities. I'm
I
always
see.
like,
Okay. But can you, though?
yeah. But she describes one type of ghost as a Clive, which is a lesser spirit, and she described it as it doesn't have a full body. It's
Okay.
kind of more like a blob.
Sure.
It's gray or green, clear facial expressions, facial features. That is to the T what I saw in my room. I told you about it. I saw a face. I referred to it as a leprechaun because it was green and I didn't see a body. It was just like this head at a low level. Clear face. Was it a Clive?
Shit.
Did something try to sneak in?
Now you can ask.
Is something in?
Hello, Clive. Are you there?
So it's an interesting look at entities and spirits and what she does as a living. She doesn't. It's what she does, but she doesn't get paid for it. It's all pro bono. It's like if you are struggling with something, she will help you.
It's just something she's good at,
Yeah.
so she's like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and like if you don't believe in it, cool. She's just still straight up just helping people.
Yeah.
Just look at it like that. You know, there's someone who is in the throes of, if you don't want to say possession, a mental illness, a psychotic break, whatever, and she does something just to help them.
Cool.
And that's nice.
That's fun.
And I love that religion doesn't play a part in it.
Yeah.
It's just like
See, that's unique too. All of these are very different in the types of possession and exorcism stories. They're all unique that way, which is fun. That's a nice. They all have a good perspective.
Yeah, because ghosts, who even knows?
Exactly, because we don't actually know. So our pairings for drinks are sour beers because, you know, things can get a little sour.
It had nothing to do with the fact that we were just drinking these prior.
We're just conveniently both
raspberry
drinking
moon.
sours.
There are pink moons.
There are.
There are blue moons. I don't know if there's a Is there a raspberry moon?
I really doubt it.
I don't think there's a raspberry
That
moon.
seems super
But
specific.
Moons seem supernatural. So, supernatural moons.
And alas, here we are.
Sour and it makes you pucker. You think, ooh.
So which one was your favorite of the ones that you read?
I think my best friend's Exorcism.
Me too.
It was just so much fun.
It's just so good.
I related to a lot of it, just the bullies in high school and the bullshit you have to go through. I love a good 80s story. I love the music in it.
Music played a big part, which was nice.
The exorcism was so personal between the two friends. She pulled her friend out of it just with the power of friendship.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunning work.
It's
fun.
It's just a great book. It had everything. It made you feel good. It had a concise, clear story. Everything progressed well. Like the pacing was great. I didn't think anything was off. Like I wasn't hoping for more. I got everything I hoped for.
Grady Hendrix, honestly,
He's
might be one
perfect.
of my favorite authors.
I think
He's
so.
just-
Everything I've read, I've loved.
I feel like we would
no
match
issues.
really great.
Yeah, I think so.
Personality-wise. I think we'd be like great friends. Grady, if you want a friend,
Yeah.
I'm around.
Call 188-FRIEND.
Nothing weird. I just a sense of humor. It really vibes with mine.
It gels.
Yeah.
Meshes. Mingles. So one big trope there's two big tropes with exorcisms. We've got mental illness and we have women and their issues turning, yes.
And
So a woman
that
feeling
even
any
there.
type of emotion could lead to, oh, you're possessed. Let's exorcise you.
Possession.
Yeah.
Historically, that's always
Historically.
been it.
So especially after the Exorcist movie, apparently exorcisms shot up. And again, it was mostly women. And it's always that case. The woman is having a meltdown or something's happening to her. She can't explain it because sometimes you can't explain what's going on in there. And then they're just well, you're possessed, so let's have an exorcism. It's a lot about just not getting people the right help that they actually need,
Yes.
right? Even in my best friend's exorcism, the parents are doing fuck all. They're doing nothing.
Horrible.
They're just we're going to sequester you into your room. Even the girl who's got that gastrointestinal issue,
needs to lie down.
she's just laying in bed. They're I like what?
Oh my god. I don't think people get possessed. I don't think deities, even a ghost is more powerful than we are. Why would they fucking bother?
I feel like having the meat suit is our downfall. It's what holds us back.
You could either go, like, if there is a thing where ghosts are real, then surely there is some kind of higher, like, life, like some kind of version of heaven or hell, some kind of, like...
like a better dimension?
Yes, or like...
that isn't physical?
Reincarnation. So why would you just stay here?
And be a person again?
Yes, haunt, see your relatives, sure, but to possess someone, no.
It just doesn't make sense.
I don't think anyone has ever once been possessed.
No. Because our minds are very powerful. If you do believe, like the only the exorcisms that happen are on people who are religious, usually. Like that's the majority, right? So if you believe that you're possessed, you're going to act in the way that you think someone who is possessed would act.
Yep.
Right? And that's why it shot up after the Exorcist movies, because you finally got to see what it looks like when they think someone's possessed. So suddenly you have a reference. Now, if you're having a mental breakdown, you have something to physically portray.
Bro,
to be possessed.
Our brains are insane.
We're so powerful.
Terrifying. Hallucinations, terrifying. Schizophrenia, hearing voices.
Yes, it's all scary.
There are so many mental illnesses that sound demonic. It's just our brains fucking going off. Bro.
Yeah, because there's so much going on in there, and it's like way more powerful than we give credit to, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's intense.
Yeah.
That's why it's so fun, reading Exorcist stuff, because you're just like, this is stupid.
Yeah. It can be creepy and I do
scary, like they're super eerie.
Yeah. I do love a supernatural.
Oh my god, yes.
It's just so cool.
Yes. Horror, supernatural, thrilling elements, friends fighting for each other. Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I love it. I love demon stuff. I love possessions. I don't believe in it, but I love reading them.
Mm-hmm.
I love dark stories where it's just miserable all the time.
You know, it takes you out of your own shit life.
Yeah.
It's a nice aside, Look how much worse it could be.
Yeah.
So I recommend all the books that I read.
Oh,
do you recommend those too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not one of them I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, they're all great. If you have any more to recommend, list them below, because I think this is probably another theme we'll do next year, because it's just fun.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Drink your sour beer, read, all of these books.
Yeah, read them in the dark.
Ooh, spooky.
Watch Exorcism
Read them
movies.
alone, then watch The Exorcist, because it's real silly.
Yes.
I was about to watch it, and I rewatched a trailer. Like, I've seen The Exorcist.
Yeah.
We downloaded it, and then I watched a trailer, and I'm just like, I'm not in the mood for this cheese.
I mean, there's still a part of you that remembers being scared when you first saw it, so you will feel a little scared, but it is pretty fucking cheesy compared to modern day movies.
I love what they did with the trailer, too, because they made it, they don't really show, what's her name? Riley, starts with an R, but they don't show her, like, at all in the trailer. They just show, like, you hear her screaming, and you see everyone, like, everyone looks in her room and starts screaming and stuff, but you never see her. They're trying to, like, do that real suspense, like, with monsters and, like, Cloverfield and stuff. They're like, ooh.
See, those are the days when trailers just had, like, one thing, doesn't give you anything.
Now the trailer's the whole movie, so what are you gonna do?
Oh, simple. I just believe if you don't believe in it, it's not going to happen. If you believe in it, it's going to happen.
Right.
If you believe there are dark energies that are attaching themselves to you, you can be possessed, you'll get possessed.
Sure.
If you don't believe in it, no.
Yeah.
Because that's where, like, even when you communicate, like, I believe all the deities are possible to communicate with if you believe in them. Because you're believing in them and choosing to communicate with them, so they present themselves to you based on how you perceive them. All in here.
We're very powerful.
All in here.
Give more credit to your brain, because you are smart.
Yeah.
You are capable. You can do this.
Yeah.
That was Lillian.
That's Chelsea.
This wasn't a podcast, but it was the review and an episode. Yeah, here you go.
If you're struggling, go see a doctor before an exorcist.
Yes, please get the help that you deserve.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Stay excellent.
Bye.
Bye.